Hello, this is Nindy Kerr, and welcome to another Creative Corner video. In this video, we will be making a hexagon box using the window Box Thinlit dies and our Big Shot. So let's get started. Oh, well, here are some samples that I made earlier. This one we made at one of my November classes, and if you're using paper around the edges, I would recommend using Tombow glue as opposed to tear and tape or another adhesive. It just doesn't work. Anyway, and I used the Pick a Pumpkin pattern. Anyway, all the die cuts and things I used will be on the blog post. This I used the Eastern Palace Thinlits. This one was a Christmas one I designed. Here's one from last Valentine's. I think I did a blog post on it. But this cutout and these cutouts all come in the set. With this one, if you want to top like I used on both of these, just trace around this and cut it out. And then for this one, I just then cut out these designs with my Big Shot. And it comes with 3 little dies you can use on the side. And if you just use them on the sides, some of them, well, at least with the heart one, I guess it really doesn't matter because it's all the directions. But as you're putting it together, 3 of these will be the bottom and 3 of these will be the top, and so you'll have to do them different directions. And now let's get started. Okay, we'll use our Big Shot. We will need the Big Shot platform with the Thinlit die adapter. If you have the multi-purpose platform, have all the tabs closed. Then we'll need a bottom cutting plate. You will need 1 sheet of cardstock cut into 2 5.5 by 8.5 pieces. And if you do them single sheets, you get better, deeper score lines. These score lines are not very deep anyway, so I'd recommend just using 1 sheet of cardstock at a time. And this die is exactly 5.5 inches wide, so just make sure it is, the little cut lines are hanging over the edges. And then cut it out, providing I can line everything up without moving it. Okay, I'm flipping it this way. I guess I chose a curved cutting plate for the top. Yes, crackling noises are normal. You have plenty of extra cardstock to do something else with. Okay, you can see all the little score lines. You will need to cut the side tabs off of one of the pieces. So, looks like I need to clean my scissors again too. And I found it easiest if you poke your thumbnail into the center of the score line and then fold. And as usual, I forgot my bone folder. I guess I really need to get one of those with the that can just attach to my desk with the string and not ever get misplaced. Bone fillers make it so your fingers get less tired. I guess we need to fold this part too. Anyway, we'll fold them both the same. And this one does have the side tabs. These bottom tabs and these over here generally need the fingernail technique. And remember, the more accurately you fold the score lines, the better your project will turn out. Now we will decide, well, one part will be the bottom, one of the hexagon parts will be the bottom, one will be the top. The one you choose for the top, do not glue anything to it. Otherwise it won't open. See, you need it to open like that, so you only glue stuff to the part that you decide is the bottom. We had a couple of problems with that at class. So I just thought I would warn you. Easiest thing to do, this one is going to be our top. Easiest thing to do is we'll figure out how it works together. You'll glue this here, these tabs underneath, and then you'll glue these tabs and the side tabs. Actually, we'll start with this one. And best adhesive for these is Tombow. I know this one has glue in it. There we go. And remember, don't get overly enthusiastic on how much glue you use. And line up this bottom edge with this bottom edge with your fingers. And by using the glue, you have a little bit of wiggle room. And then rub it a couple of times so that the glue will spread around and stick well. Repeat with this other side. Again, line up the bottom. And this is also important to get a good quality project. And it only takes a couple of seconds longer, and then you're happy with it. Because it's frustrating when it doesn't go together right. Okay, now we're attaching the top part, and we will attach on this part of the bottom. To this part right here, and again line up the fold with the edge. This is probably the hardest part, but make sure and line it up with your finger. And after you've got it in the position you want, then press down on where the glue is. Now we will add glue to this tab. Oops. And this bottom tab. And hook it down here. And line it up first, and then attach it to the side tab. And line it up. And press. This one I need to put down and press. Just rub the glue off your fingers. Notice we're still working only on the bottom parts. So we'll put some glue here and on the side tab. Okay, put it down on the table. And then line up the side tab and press. There we go. Now you have a box ready to decorate for any occasion, and it will open and close easily. So make sure these tabs are not folded in all the way like that. Make sure they're sticking out a little bit so that they will work like fold-in tabs. And then it goes in nicely and stays closed nicely. And now you can, well, if you're going to decorate it like this, I would recommend cutting all these out before you start assembly. If you're doing this, I think the piece of Designer Series paper is 8.5 inches. Anyway, I overlapped about 1/2 inch here. And you can tell this is the one I just used the tear and tape on. This one I used the Tombow glue, and it's not loose at all. It sticks much better. If you're going to use these small die cuts, I would recommend putting multi-purpose adhesive sheets on the cardstock before you cut it out, and then you just have to peel off the backing as opposed to figuring out where to put glue. Anyway, have fun making your own hexagon window boxes, and see you next week. Thanks so much for watching. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also check out my blog every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for more projects. Thanks for watching. Bye.